Peace and blessings. I just wanted to come on here and sometimes you guys see me meditating in the morning, but I do read the Bible and I pray the first thing when I get up in the morning. I do that. So basically when I meditate, it's like I put on there meditation, or it's meditation or medication, because all it is like taking time out to just sit. But I think that it's like you're supposed to go within a secret place. That's why I was like, I wasn't praying out loud at this moment, because it's my beginning of the day. So what I do is just take a moment and just spend time. You got to spend time with God. So that's what, first thing in the morning, I'll be like, first of all, you give thanks because you woke up in the morning. But it's like, I read something that's really good. I got to finish it. About Nehemiah 5. It's really, really good. Nehemiah 5. So, look, sometimes I'll just get up in the morning and just open up the book and read it. And it's like Nehemiah 5. It's still, I can put that into what's going on right now. But Nehemiah 5 was really great. And I'm going to finish reading it. But every morning I wanted to, meditate and just come on and do some meditation. But the first thing I do is you give honor to God. So that's what I do when I first wake up. So that's the first thing. So that's the first thing I do. Because you got to unwind, because there's so many things going on. You get caught up in it. So many different, you don't know. It's like you have the TV playing. You have like your cell phones. You have to take the time. If you can't go, like they say, go to a log cabin or something. Like go somewhere like that. Like go out in the woods and get away from all this. You will stress your body out, and it's like you don't want to stress your body out. So you got to find a time to take. A lot of people go to saunas. A lot of people do things, go get their nails done and different things like that. But what happens if the nail shop is closed? What happens if it's like, what happens if you just can't get to what you need to get to? You got to learn how to find it from within, So it's like, what if you don't have it? What if you weren't able to go to certain places to find relief? What if you couldn't go there? So you got to learn how to go within yourself. Be like, okay, if it's closed, that's the thing. You can't have a dependency on anything, but we got to just be like, okay, I'm like, everything that I need is right here. You gotta know that. So if I can't get to the nail shop, if I can't get my hair did, if I can't, I think that's what a lot of people learn. It's a lot of that if you can't get to certain things, it's like you can't get there. So what? You gonna fall apart. So that's what I was praying, that I be made whole. Because when you're made whole, everything about you is like your finances, your health, everything, is whole. So it's like we got to learn. And this is another thing. And please, no one take it the wrong way. I'm straight up culture, was raised in it all the way. And what I'm saying is we turn religion into a culture. It's anybody can have whatever religion they want, but when you turn it into a culture, that's where you'll because you have to know where you originated, where your family and different things like that. So a lot of us is taking different ways. It's like, you've seen it in the Bible. It's like anytime people was captured, what happens? the person who captured them tried to put their ways on them. But then if it's a person that may say, you know what, I know I was raised like this, and I know I can't eat this. I know I can't do this. I know I can't indulge in that, because if I do, it's going to mess up my body. It's going to disconnect me from God. So I can't do that. But we get caught up. We get caught up in, what we see every day, because they steady throwing everything in our faces. So if you if you don't know where, you don't even know if you're from, you don't even know where you're from. It's like, I just think, like, if you don't know your roots, where you're from, it's like actually a tree without roots. You have a tree with roots, and then you have a tree without roots. That tree is like basically dead. You're walking around dead. And we can, I know that we, like our parents raised us really good, and that was a good thing. Spiritual connection is really good, because I'm telling you, the most beautiful moments that I had was when I dedicated myself to just saying, calling on Jesus. Those were, I actually manifest a lot of things calling on Jesus. It's power in the name for sure, but when you take it and be like, just forget about where I was born. Just, I don't care. I don't care about my roots. That's where you mess up. People have to have a culture. They have to have something. Otherwise, you're going to take into the ways of people who can do, I don't know if they can, maybe they can, I don't know. But for us, when you, like, basically a divine type of people, like I call, like, basically when you're created from the cosmos, it's like you have to be careful. I mean, it's basically, say for instance, if you're feeling a certain way, it's like you're feeling a certain way, and the way you feel projects on things that's happening in society and in your life. So if you're a group of people and you really can heal and all that, and you just panicking, it's a lot of people out there just by you, like, you know what, that's it, I'm gonna just dedicate my life to God. I'm just gonna just let go. When that happens, and then God directs your path, there's a lot of people out there waiting for you, and it's like you can take them to another level. You can like make them be like, click, something just clicked to me just by your words, just by your voice. And a lot of us is being distracted. A lot of us have a lot of things in our mind that people said, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. They put you in a box. And the reason why they putting you in a box is because they like, well, I can't do it, so how can you do it? You didn't. How can you do it if I can't do it? When your possibilities are endless. There's no limit. Matter of fact, when we, like, just, we only use basically 10% of our brain. So just imagine, if you're only using 10% of your brain, like, what? Do I want to keep hearing that? That kind of gets me frustrated. That's why I have to be like prayer and everything. When they say, okay, pie in the sky, or you'll be able to know when you die. Yeah, we'll be able to know, but dude, we gotta know like 100% of things when we die. And if we communicating with God all the time, He's not gonna communicate with us. Because I know, reading the Bible, every time there was something on the land, famine on the land, it was always someone God communicated with that told him, go do this, go do that. You listen. Why do we listen during tragic time? Why not be still and start listening now? So it's like, it's time to live. No matter all this distraction, it's time to live. It's time to be free. I'm talking about free from everything. Free from food, Food should be enjoyable. It should be a a give or take. If I eat food, I shouldn't feel sleepy. That means something took something away from me. When I eat food, I should feel energetic. Like, what? That's like being in a relationship and you drained in that relationship. That means we ain't, that's not currency. That's the real currency. When you, it's like real currency is like, I give you, you give me. I give you, and this big, like, if love just spread across the world, I give you, like they was doing, pass it on. That happened to me a lot of time, pass it on. And I'm like, oh yeah, pass it on. I'll do it too. I was at I stopped going to fast food as much, now, but I still go sometime, but I was going a lot. And one time I was at Burger King, and I was like debating, should I get this number? Okay, let's get three numbers such and such, because I like to get the Impossible Whoppers. They're vegan Whoppers. And so what happened was, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'll just get 2, but I kind of want 3. And I'll just add a McChicken. Because it was me and 2 children in the car. So I got that. 2 meals and a sandwich, because she was younger. But I was like, I could just go ahead and get her the meal. But anyway, I was like, you know what? I'll go ahead. I did. I got 3 of them. So when we get up to the front, I'm like about to get my credit card out, and the lady like, ma'am, it's been paid. I was like, she was like, yeah, the lady in front had us to pay for your meal. And it's like, pass it on. So I pass it on. It's like you make a change. Everybody in the line paying for us, but everybody. But I didn't do it that day. But I was like, hey, we about to go somewhere else now. But I did it. You know, sometimes when you be at the store, you see somebody and then they might not have the rest. I'd be like, you know, like they be short something like $1 or something. You'd be like, oh, here. Or whatever you could do, like they'd be like, pass it on. I'm just saying, what if it was a chain effect like that? Like passing it on, like, and it just exploded. Because what we do is, people don't understand that. They like, what's going on right now? What is going on right now? A lot of people is wondering, what is we doing right now? Well, what we're doing is, you ever like, basically when people get sick, they don't just get sick like bam one day. It leads up to it. We do certain things and it leads up to it. Us as a society are doing things that's leading up on it. That's why I said, what if every one of us had to get an emissions test? I think we're kind of doing that now, but because it's like, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. It's like, what are you breathing out? Depending on what you eat. Depending on what, like your vehicle. If you put in a car, I don't like being behind people who is emitting like some terrible emissions. Like, really. So what do? Yeah, first thing in the morning, hot tea and some water, like drinking this down, because another thing, you might be grossed out about it, what I'm about to say. But when you wake up first thing in the morning, you can have a glass of water by your bed, and you just, I was taught when you wake up in the morning, you know, first thing, I wouldn't drink the water, but it was these people talking, it was doctors talking, and it was talking about the gut. And they were saying, well, it was a doctor from Africa, and he said the first thing when you wake up in the morning. All 8 movies streaming now. Turn in. Okay. Sorry about that. I have turmeric, and this right here, if you're from Africa or Jamaicans don't play with soursop. It's really good. Really good health benefits. And I'll post on a page some good benefits of soursop. It's really good. And neem is too. Neem is like it gets like cancer cells, neem. It gets cancer cells, and it keeps it from all coming together, you know. You don't want nothing to come together. That's when you get the lumps, the sickness. So neem helps. It's real bitter. I don't even drink it with sugar or nothing. I drink, but this is the bay. So, woo, it's hot. I mean, it's really hot. But this right here is a copper cup. So, put my water in there. So let me go back to this. So in the when you wake up in the AM, I say grand rising. You know, when I wake up. And what happens? What then? I like I was saying, it was the African doctor that was talking about that. I like to drink hot first thing in the morning too, but so what he was saying was when you're sleep, rested, all of your bacteria, like all the bacteria, like for your gut, starts to be in your mouth. So when you wake up in the morning, you drink water and all that goes and it helps with your digestion. I'll post that video. That's what he said. He said in the morning, because our body is so divine that when you wake up in the morning, all the good and bad bacteria accumulates in your mouth. I'm pretty sure we brush it off. He said, no, have a cup of water beside your bed when you wake up in the morning, and then after that, yeah, go brush your teeth, definitely. But you take the water and just drink a full glass of water when you first wake up in the morning. I was thinking that, I was like, oh, when you wake up in the morning, that helps, you know, from your body from being dehydrated because you've been sleeping all night and haven't been drinking any water. But he said, I mean, that's a factor too, but the most thing is we want to make sure the gut. And my mother, she's a Philip, right? Of course, she was married, and so our stomach, for some reason, gets so big. I'm like, I got to get rid of this stomach. It was passed on, like, that's one area it go to our stomach. We don't be having no big chest or anything, but we make it up in our stomach area. Nah, but that's one thing is we have it, like, it's right there, right within our stomach. So I'm gonna try to do whatever I can to try to tackle that. But it's like we have to try to do something because there's so many toxins out there, and not to be paranoid. Oh, it ran out. But not to be paranoid. Oh, I gotta go get another one. But not to be paranoid about anything, because we shouldn't live in fear. But at the same time, we gotta try to do certain things. It feels so good, hot running through. I don't know if you can see the smoke going up, but it's real hot. But it feels so good running down. But this right here is soursop too. And what do it taste like? It tastes like, it really don't have a taste to me. Now neem, oh my, neem will be like, you be like, just like sea moss. I gotta have my sea moss. I mean, I don't have to because you know you never had dependency. But when I do the sea moss, it's like a spoon of that is, you can like, it don't have a taste, but it's the texture. That's all. Because I take the taste out by putting lime in there. But I just wanted to like tell you about turmeric, tell you about soursop. Well, these are dry leaves. I like to get certain products from Africa. You know why? Because their soil is awesome. That's another thing. Like, we could be eating fruit from here. I'm not saying here is bad. It's just that we don't put it in our hand like our ancestors used to do. And, you know, get the soil and stuff. A lot of things is so commercialized. But in Africa, I'm pretty sure some of them is too. But I like to get, their soil is so rich. When you go in the markets, guess what? You can smell the fruit. You could smell it. Like, you could like bringing things up to you like orange. I mean, you can smell oranges, you can smell bananas, you can smell different things in the market. But I mean, you can smell them. But I'm saying in Africa, you ain't gotta go all up on them and all like that. You don't have to do that. When you go in the market, it's strong. And I had people tell me that. The first thing they said when they went to Africa was like, whoa, the fruit, you can smell them. They said that a lot. You can smell them. And that's one thing. They was like, you can totally smell the fruits. And then this is what I do before workout. This right here, this is ginseng. Yep, this is ginseng. So, I mean, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And this, it's not, you know how you drink the energy drinks? No, this is the ultra strength. This is ginseng. See, I be up in them. I love Asian markets. But then you learn so much. Like, you know who be at the Asian markets? Because, see, this Asian market, ooh, I love when I go to Atlanta. Atlanta is, like, beautiful. Oh, my goodness. When I go in there, I be, like, looking at the people. I be talking to the ladies, like, can you tell me what y'all do for this, what y'all do for that? They be like, sure. I tell you. Now, one thing, I did have to get used to this. I used to be like, you can't do that with them. Well, the ones I had approached, they would be like, I'd be like, they would tell me, and I'd be like, oh, really? You know, all excited. And they'd be like, oh, did I do something wrong? And stuff like that. I'm like, no. I'm like, oh, let me tone my energy down. Because they don't understand I'm like doing that. They think, is it okay? Like that. And I had to learn that to be calm. And I would talk to them like, what is this for? What is, like, in the section, there'd be a bunch of ladies. They be just in there. When I go to Atlanta, they be in the okra section. They be like sitting there, like looking at it and stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna ask questions. What? Why are you looking at it? What is the okra? What's the best ones to get? She said, what you do is get the young and the older ones. She said the younger ones are the smaller ones, and the older ones are the bigger ones. She said the older ones, you want to get the younger ones, but you mix it up. I said, oh, I didn't know that. She said, yeah, you mix them up. I said, well, what is it used for? She said, it's used for, she said, we always eat an okra. She said, we use it for, you know, like the woman area, that keeps it moisturized. Okra does. So everybody, they said they big on okra. I was like, what? They was like, yeah, okra is really good. So, you know, your girl went and got, I be having okra. I mean, sea moss does the same thing. I mean, and drinking water does the same thing. But they just said okra is really good. I said, okay, okra it is. But, so when I go into those stores, like the Asian market, they have a section for Nigeria, they have a section for Africa, they have a section for the Middle East, they have all of Indian section. When I go in a section, guess who I get to meet? I don't know. Look, every time I go to an Asian market, This is for my single ladies. Listen, the doctors be in that aisle. They be right there, African doctors, like all up in that piece. And I talk to them. They be like, yes, this is good for this. This is good for that. They be in the markets. You wonder where all the Chinese people at? They go to their stores. So, you know what's getting really huge now? The Jamaicans and like in Atlanta, they have stores, but they kind of small. But our people doing it up there. But I'm just saying, like the different cultures, they have their grocery stores. They believe in going. If they, like I was talking to this one lady, she was saying that she come here because that's the food she used to. She said, no, it was one guy. I talked to a lady before too, but the guy said the reason why he can't eat those foods. He said, I can't eat those foods. He said, because it'll upset his stomach. I'm like, really? It'd be upsetting my stomach too. But I don't know about these foods to eat. She said that's why she just don't eat it. And she said when she found this grocery store, she was like, because other words, she had to have people to ship it. That's how big they own it. She have her family ship her certain foods because she just can't eat those foods here. Because she said it bloats her stomach. And I know why. Because now that I'm getting into like studying the different, like basically anatomy of our body and also studying the fruits, I'm looking at that we make it so complicated, and I understand why they make it complicated because they need you to come to them, right? But it's so easy, just like you look in the sun. A kindergarten, a baby can understand, which is, you know, it's a natural instinct, really. But when we come into this realm, when we come out of our mother's womb, we already know how to breathe. We know how to do. We know how to suck on our mother's breast. We know how to do certain things we know how to do, but then we redirect it and taught like this is how you're supposed to do this, and you lose your compassion or your human instinct of what you're supposed to do. So, in saying that, like I said, the sun. If you look into the sun, if you look really carefully, matter of fact, I was in a dream and I had a dream. And what I was dreaming about was that what happened was I had a dream that I had made like a schematic, like I made something that I was told to make. And I actually made it. When I look at it and look at the sun, I look at the trees and the colors are more vibrant. But that's what it is. It's more vibrant. The colors are very vibrant. So when I look into the sun, you can see the colors. Like they say, the colors of the rainbow. You see it in the sun. Okay. So within our body, they always tell us. What do they say? They say, eat all the colors of the rainbow. Why do they tell us that? And we always promoting keratin. You know, orange colors, red colors. Red has a lot of vitamin E. I mean, a lot of vitamin E. Yeah, it has E, but it has a lot of A. The purple, the antioxidant. You know, the green, chlorophyll. You know, we promote that, which is chlorophyll is good for, you know, we wash our bodies in the morning. Great. But what about washing the insides of ourselves? Yeah, we do it with water, but what? Water has a lot of what? Chlorine has a lot of things in it because they got to clean the water. Basically, you know, the water goes through the system. Everybody pooping. Everybody got... I'm sorry, I got to tell you this, but everybody is taking so much medication. When they fluctuate that water, sometimes that's why they say you can tell by the city by the water they drink. I learned that too when I was... see, I've been on a spiritual journey. And it's so many things I got to tell you because on this spiritual journey, I was, God led me to wear the clothes. I wore all like Eastern clothes for like, I mean, I still wear it. I got a lot of them. I wear it. And I was like, I'd be at the store, right? I'm at the jewelry and they be like, yeah, Jesus Christ. I'm like, huh? some Christians are coming to me like Jesus Christ. Now the other Eastern people, they had her be like, you ain't dressed like us. Like when I'm dressed like this, they be like brother, sister, running to open up the doors. Everybody, matter of fact, it don't matter who you, what culture you is or whatever. They run and open up the doors for me because I'm dressed like this. When I go in the stores and I'm dressed like American, I don't hear no brothers or sisters. When I'm dressed like Christian, oh, you know they brother and sister. I'm like, y'all is prejudiced. You is not supposed to be judgmental like that. I want to wear my if I want to wear the clothes, because they have a lot of health benefits, or if I want to wear this, it's a fashion statement. But what you wear represents you at the same time. But I'm just saying, I will be there, and I'm like, what? I was like, ma'am, I was raised in Church of God in Christ. Then she'll be like, huh? I thought you was a Muslim. Or I'll be somewhere they'll be like, sister, and give me something free. I'm like, oh, I'm American. She's like, I thought you was from Africa. Or I thought you was from the islands. I thought you was from Jamaica. Or I thought they be like, are you from the islands? Don't let me wear pineapples. Pineapples, are you from the island? You look like you're from the island. But it's just, everybody be like, they look at you and identify, don't know what's going on inside of me. That's what we got to get back. We got to know the spirit, by the spirit. What are the words? That's what is you saying? Like, what words are you coming from? See, I was raised in a church, but guess what? The best thing that I'm so glad God placed me in the womb of Josephine Walton. Well, it's Josephine Phillips. She became a Walton because I get to see the backdrop. I get to see behind the scene. You know how you do code? Like all my children know how to do coding. They could code the mess out of something. Like they go behind the scene and they make like they can make a whole gaming system and everything. Coding, you behind the scene, and you don't know what's going on behind the scene. All you know is when you get to church, lights, camera, action. There, you don't know what's going on behind. I thank God that I was able to see behind the scenes. So therefore, you got to know what's inside, and it's about your home life. What is your home life? That's where it's at. Anybody could go 3 hours and sit and be like, okay, I'm gonna go to them for prayer because their life, their 3 hour life, and you don't know what's going on in there. Do you know what it looks like when they're being pressured? Do you? Or do you just see the little I could fake for 3 hours, but do you know what's going on in their home life? Do you really know? So, the best thing that my aunts and everything, they said, Tabby, a man gonna be a man, or a woman is a woman. You gotta really know, like, and why am I looking up to them like that anyway? I gotta look at myself, like Michael Jackson said, the man in the mirror. So, I'm drinking this, about to do my meditation, and hopefully you decide for yourself. Am I going to keep looking at other people, or I'm going to look within myself? Matter of fact, I'm going to go within myself. It's my GC. Every last one of us is a gift to this world. We're a gift to this world because we're not of this world. So we're supposed to bring something. Remember, the Bible says, it's like salt. We like the salt of the earth. That's good. You ever put some food without salt? You're like, but when you put salt on food, guess what? It has a nice, beautiful savor, and it tastes so good. And you be like, that's how we should be. Taste. So We got to learn to live, love, and laugh. This is a journey. Definitely. But what journey is you on? Is you on your journey? Or is you on somebody else's journey? Like they say, are you on somebody else's simulation? We are like the fruit of the earth. People should be able to come and eat and say, it tastes so good. They shouldn't taste it and be like, you ever get a certain merge to their head like drugs do? But guess what? You know how drugs are created? Drugs are created, they abstracted from something that God made. And guess what? They build it. And they build it, but they build it with certain preservative to make it to be able to go to where it needs to go. But do you know when you abstract something from something and detach it away from what it needed, like it becomes a drug. Did you know that? So what do you think we become? We don't know our family. We don't, like, who is our grandmother? Like, who is our mother? Who is our father? Where is she from? What did they do? I don't know. Who cares? I don't care. Who cares? No, you have to care about your culture. You have to. Because if you don't, just because you don't care, guess what? One of your children is going to do it. I'm doing it now. Thank goodness I was raised in this family. I have a land to go back to. But I don't stop at the land. We never stop. Keep going. Keep going. Find out who you are. Of course, you read the Bible. Of course. No one's saying that. No one's taking Jesus away from nobody. That's not happening. And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But we have to know who we are. For our children, for our future's sake, we have to know. For our future's sake, we have to know so that our children can know, what do I eat in order for me to be the best that I could be? What do I do? Because guess what? Whatever my parents did, or whatever, I was there. I always tell people, I say that when you're born, you have all the eggs. When a man is born, he have all the seeds. I say, I was there with my father. It's like you be in the nut sacks of your dad. So you was there. If your father was there, you was there. If your grandfather was there, you was there, because you was there through them. You still, that's the part of the DNA. It goes all the way up. The DNA stretches so far. And sometimes I'll be sitting here and I'll just like, huh? Look at it like, I don't know how to do that. Because if somebody, that's why you have a lawyer, right? They have a lawyer, a law firm, and it'd be a mother, a brother, mother, father. They did it. They doing the same thing because they like it'll be easier for the next, because it's within us. If your family had a prophetic gift, it's in you. If your family had great speakers, it's in you. If your family had healing within your family, it's in you. Everything. That's why Jesus said, you too shall do greater works. It's in us, but we forgot. Man, don't you think, like when you come out the mother womb, they used to smack the baby just to get it to breathe. I mean, they don't do that now, smack the baby. But like that trauma, then a life when you come out the womb, you like, and then eventually you just forget who you are. We come for instruction, like, we already won a race, so it's like we come here with like knowing what we want to do, but it'll be so many distractions. So many distractions. You be like, what's next? This, that. But if you take time to be like, it's not that God it's not that God has left us. It's that we left God. We just got to come back to the garden. Come back to the way you eat. Come back. Another thing, you get ridiculed about what Paul said, pray. Do you know what was going on in that day? Do you know the culture? Do you know what was going on that day that he said that? What was going on? But then we take it, like I said, and we turn it into a culture. Now, so what? You do drugs? Alcohol? As long as I pray, I'm good? No. Certain things you know not to do. Why would I cause more trauma to me? So, I'm just saying, Paul turned his life around, but that little once, we need to stop taking one thing and running with it. Like, okay, Paul said to pray over everything. That's what I hear when I be like, no, we shouldn't eat pork. We shouldn't eat this. Paul said pork gave me a headache. And then they be like, well, you a Muslim because you don't eat pork. I'm like, pork make my head hurt. What I want some more parasites in me. This is another thing. They believe in you having parasites and all that stuff inside of you. They consider that in different cultures. You got demons inside of you. Parasites, it be boo-booing in you. So what I want, worms and parasites. I mean, we probably got a little bit in us, but to have it to overtake, be like, just have a field day. That's why they say you got to kill the eggs, you got to kill the worms, you got to kill the parasites that's inside of you. So, okay, I thought I had to turn out. But the parasites that's in you can use. They have a lot. Black walnuts. Black walnuts is really good to kill parasites inside of you. I gotta kill them inside of you. Gotta drink the whatever neem is really good. Drink the neem or make your pill. Another thing like this, I'll take it. Now this, I better not do this right now because I would have to clean my hand. I would have to really, because this yellow, this leaves a stain. But the reason why I brought turmeric, because turmeric is readily available everywhere. And like when I take the neem, what I'll do is like that night, I'll put some neem in my hand, or I'll do turmeric. I'll do both neem and turmeric. If you do neem and turmeric, you'll have glowing skin. I've been back on it. So what I do is put the neem in your hand, or the turmeric in your hand, the powder, and then you put a little bit of water on it and form it into a ball. And then you sit it, and then that morning, guess what? You have it in pill form. And you can just swallow it and drink the water. Yeah. The Indians do that. They take a neem pill and a turmeric pill, because turmeric is good for inflammation. Neem is good for breaking up mucus, all kinds of things. I go to Chinese, they good with like pressure points, different things. Why you think the Indians put the dot right here? They're doing pressure points. The Indians put most of their weight right here with this. They do that for pressure point, because if you do it over here for the woman, if you put the pressure point right here, God made it so divine. You put the pressure point right here, this helps with the right side. And the right side is more feminine. So they trying to, estrogen and all that, trying to make sure that's good. You have where they do Tai Chi, which is a form These are a form of art where they trying to get the flow of everything, because they consider like the air is water. That's why if you have a glass that's full of water, like half full, guess what? It's really all the way full because you got half water, half oxygen. Really. Really, when you walk around, breathe in. You breathing in oxygen, which oxygen is just another form of water. The H2O, water and oxygen, you know, so certain things is like still the same. So, I'm gonna finish drinking this. Meditate for a second. And then do my workout. I do fun workouts. Just having fun, dancing, being goofy. Because you gotta move it. Or turn on some shouting music. Turn on some gospel music. Shouting really gets you to moving too. Shoot, do a shout workout. Shoot, them mothers in the church, they be shouting all everywhere. That was getting them moving. Another thing, when you eat, don't never eat standing up, because you don't want to stand up and eat, because when you eat, it's like you want to sit or sit. A lot of them, they sit on the ground because they humility, humble. So when you eat, make sure you're sitting down, because it's not good to stand up while you eat it. Why? Because it's like anything, the food is about to nourish your whole body, right? So with your legs and everything, you standing up, it's like it's like all that going all the way to your legs and everything, which it is, but when you're sitting like this, is more of a, you know, you eating and you right at your food and you're looking up and eating. It's like, and you sit in this position, it's more relaxing. At the same, it's more nourishing for your body to be in a seated position. Because you want to absorb, like when you go out into the sun, your hands are this color for a reason. Your feet is that color for a reason. Because the earth is magnetic. So you walk, that's why they say go outside and walk barefooted. Why do you think God made it so divine? Why do you think the bottoms of your feet is that color? So you can absorb. And then your hands, when you go to church, you be like, it's going straight into it's going in your hands. Your hands are more of a, look at that color. So everything is so divine. Earth is magnetic. So it's like sun and all. It's the sun within the earth, sun outside. You got to just connect back. But it's like this right here is so much energy. And your hands, healing and all that. And when I do this, when I'm clearing, like, because these are lay them hands on them kids. Like, you got to lay it on, be like, get over here and get you some oil and put it on them shoes, because we got to protect our children at the same time, because that's our future. And at the same time, we got to be like, let me do this. Let me just breathe. Let me go outside and do some tai chi. Let me calm myself. Let me go within myself. This weather going in and out, but I know that the same thing that's out there is right here. So the weather is like, in some places it's cold, but guess what? I can close my eyes. I can get up in the morning. I can call on Jesus. I can just sit there and say nothing. As long as because I'm still connected. As long as I get out the way, I'll always be connected. Where energy goes, energy flows. It's time for healing, y'all. It's time to live. It's time to be free. No longer will I sit and wait for others. I can do for myself. No longer will I be stagnated. No longer will I look for love. Why would I look for love when I'm loved? I don't want to look for love. I don't want to look for nothing outside of myself because it's all in here. And as long as I get out the way and just let go, like they say, let go, let God. No longer will I look to the left or the right, up or down. Here, I look here. Because I'm worth it and I'm good enough. I'm just that good. No longer will I search for things. It's here. I will shine from within. Like it say, shine like a diamond. I'm more than enough. Breathing from here is shallow breathing, anxiety. Trauma caused you to breathe from here. But when you go deep, deep, you breathe and fill the stomach up with air and then let it out. Like when you go to the doctor, what do he say? Take a deep breath. He's telling you to deep down so he can hear. He's listening to everything. So you need to, as a singer, we're told to fill your stomach up with air, fill it up with air, and push that note out. Breathe. If you was a woman that had your tubes tied, you didn't know you had parts taken out. You gotta breathe. Where energy goes, energy flows, no matter if it's not there no more. Breathe. And this right here is the right hand. You can put that on there for my ladies. And then just lay the left hand on top and breathe. Fill it up. We don't need nothing to be blocked. What we need is stuff to be blocked up. No. When oxygen leaves, that's when things start to happen. Get jacked up. You need it. If you hurting, your heart hurting, breathe. 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 You ever been in water and you start to fight? You will drown. But when you let go and release and lift your head back, your body automatically floats. Because as long as you kicking and fighting, let me go, you're going to continue to drown. But when you let go, you float. My parents died. My mother and father, like, man, what? I had to let go and float. And in the midst of me floating, I met God. And he told me the reason why I was here. He told me the reason why I'm here is to float and let everybody else know. Float. And breathe. I never thought that I ever could exist without them. But I was told, I got you. Float. And breathe. I think it upsets. I think it makes the enemy so mad when he hears your breath. Because that's the thing that leaves you when you die. So just breathe. another thing, if you're scared of meditation, like, I don't know about that. Me like this, in my head, Jesus, 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 Jesus. In my head, you can repeat that over and over again. It's just learning how to be still. Everything is so loud. You gotta learn how to receive. Thoughts for today. I am truly loved. Time for workout. Nice stretch, meditation, and time for workout. All right. See you guys.